good morning to you out there on the grind. Good morning to you. I got to send, even before I say anything else, thank you, God, for giving us a new day, a new opportunity, a new chance, a fresh perspective, a whole new way to be today than we were yesterday. Maybe yesterday just didn't work out, but today. And today is special to me. We have some amazing guests on today. I'm going to have Mr. Roscoe Owens, DNA of my grind, good friend, Mr. Brian Bacchus out there in Altadena, Pasadena, California. We're going to talk about the Dena today. Those out there affected, and we just doing everything that we can. Everybody using every platform, every kind of way, every kind of voice, any kind of service that we could provide. We send prayers, we send love, we send support, we send finance, we send God, we send everything that we can. We use every tool that we have available to make a difference, share information, connect people, whatever it takes. We're going to make sure that we make a difference. So Dena love, Dena love, Dena love. Today, this morning, as we talk about that, it's still about tenacity. It's a real reflection of resilience. Resilience, you know, that the thing inside that says, you know what, no matter what comes, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna swing back. I'm gonna recover. We're gonna do whatever it is that it takes, like I do every morning, and we release some kind of adrenaline, man, just tenacity to say, you know what, it's not over until I win. So every morning, let's get it started off with just, let's get into it. Good morning to the grind.
One of the biggest contradictions of massive success is when people go to their moms, their dads, their brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, they say, listen, one day the world's gonna know who I am. One day I will have a Ferrari, the Lambo, the Rolls, the Bentley, the big house, the cars, the backyard with the big swimming pool and an elevator. I'm gonna put the biggest parties. I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. Yet, instead of staying at the office on Friday night, you call your friends and you go party. Instead of waking up Saturday morning to go to the gym, you sleep until 10 o'clock. Instead of reading the book on Sundays, you kick back and watch movies all day long. The reality is very simple. Those who win big, they do four things right. They sleep, sweat, grind, repeat. And they do it over and over and over again until their dreams become a reality.
If you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness.
You gotta have the mentality to show up every fucking day of your life, no matter what life throws at you. It's our responsibility to show up to the Coliseum of life, prepared for fucking battle. I don't care what you're going through, what life's throwing at you. It's your responsibility to find your new 100%.
You still must grind. I fail at most things I do, but still I grind. I don't want to do half the shit I do, but still I grind. And that one day, you see me on a dark alley, run at 1 o'clock in the morning, know one thing, I was grinding.
Every single day when you wake up, you got two options. So you can look at the clock and hit the snooze. You can look at that snooze button, boom. You can hit the snooze button and go back to bed and dream about what you want to have. Or you can look at that snooze button, kick that clock and get up and go pursue your dreams.
You need to walk through the mud and life, guys, if you ever want to get to the higher ground. That higher ground is where you look in the mirror and you have respect, and you run through the work, the sweat equity of it all. And the end product is something you travel, a legacy of life, that you put your signature to, that means something. You're not speaking hollow words. You're backing those motherfuckers up of that.
That's what lions do. Lions don't give up. Lions don't quit. Lions hunt. That's what we do for a living.
I still grind. I love the grind. If you're competing in one of my businesses, I'm going to kick your ass because I'm going to outgrind you.
You have to be willing to work in places people don't see.
While the other guy's sleeping, I'm working. While the other guy's eating, I'm working.
There's a motherfucker out there who wants what you have, who wants the position you are, who wants the job you have, who wants the wife that you have, or the husband. There's someone out there hungry and wants everything you can have. So make that a motivation for you.
And mental toughness says, not only do I climb that doggone mountain, I enjoy climbing the mountain.
I get a kick out the mouth. I get a kick out the weights. I get a kick out of fatigue. I get a kick out of the grind. I get a kick out of it. You take advantage of this opportunity. You let everything else go. You eat different. You study different. You practice different. We don't have forever. Let's not act like it. We're all going to die. And so I don't act like I'm going to live forever. So every opportunity I get, I murder it. Process driven. I love it. I'm about that life. I get up every morning at 3 o'clock. When I want to get up, when I don't. When I feel like it and I don't feel like. Why? Because I'm process driven. I'm not feelings driven. Champions are not feeling driven. Champions don't get up when they want to. And if we're going to be champions, process driven. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.
But that ought to wake you up. That ought to get you up. That ought to get you through on to the day, man. That ought to fill you with encouragement. This is the Morning Grind, Grindology 101 podcast. It's going to be an amazing day. I'm Owens. And this morning I get to bring on not only my amazing father, friend, business partner, leader in the community, right out there, you know, heart and soul of Pasadena, California. He and I have been able to grow up in a culture, raised me in a culture of a community that's committed, connected, lifelong, generational friends, family connections. It's just so enmeshed in a culture of people that care about each other. There's no place like it. And I get the chance this morning to bring up this young, amazing man right here. Talk about some of those Dina stories and just what's going on in the community there. Stand by. Mr. Roscoe, the Owens. Look at him. There he is right there, Mr. Roscoe Lee Owens of the JazzZone. You know that all over. Everybody knows the JazzZone. Everybody. Good morning to you, our amazing father. Good morning to you. Love you, sir.
Good morning, sir. You know, love goes backwards and forwards and all around the circle. That's what we do.
Man, you know, like smooth jazz. You know, you always got the smoothness to it. And so this morning we get a chance to talk about, you know, some good stories of Altadena, Pasadena, the culture, the community, you know, the impact, the lives that we built there and established. And as you see what's going on in Altadena and Pasadena, the community coming together, how does it make you reflect on the life that you developed in Altadena, Pasadena?
Well, first of all, let me say this. I'm very proud of you in your prayer, grind, shine, repeat. Every day I see it all the way. Now, what really brought me to the beginning of this was our opportunity to leave Los Angeles and move to Altadena and build a community through interaction throughout the whole time that we were there, which is 30 years or so. But the proof of the development of the pie is in the taste. You know, and looking at the proof of what was happening in our community is to look at you and what you're doing personally with your show, with your activities, with your engagements. So that's where I want to start, because that's where it starts. Now, what we're talking about Altadena, of course, we lived in Altadena. You know, it's incredible that people have lost so much of everything. And the other incredible scenario is I don't live there, but since the fire started, it feels like I lost almost everything. My friends, many of the musician friends that I have and friends that I cultivated during that period of time, started with the Women in Action and their organization and other organizations throughout Pasadena that I've been able to integrate with, and even in terms of what we're doing right now. So to do this process that we call Dena Love is immense. It's immense because of the relationships, not that I have in the senior aspect, but the relationships that you had growing up there from Franklin grade school all the way up through to Mirror and wherever else, and your ability to excel in sports and evidently in education. And it could be seen that
way. Yeah, I was going to school. I wasn't too good at going to class, so I was going to school. So, but man, we go to absolutely see. Growing up in a community full of, I mean, you had friends on every block. I mean, you're all the way down the street. You know, every street you came up on, you got people playing at bike club over here, the skateboarding over here, they're riding on the sidewalk, girls hopscotch over there, JPL down the street, you know, all of the sports, kickball. I mean, with friends that the parents knew each other, the village, old village, you know, what a village would,
you know,
be
what
raised in, have access to people that cared about you, you know, they knew your dad. Hey, ain't you Roscoe's boy, right? Oh man, how you know I'm Roscoe? You look just like him. I see you with him. Do you know you way over here? You know, all that kind of stuff like that. Like, man, that was so different. That was so, and you didn't think it was anything else until you experience something else where, like, man, they really don't care about each other. Then you got, you know, our internal stuff right there. But you've been a leader, you know, glad to have, as my father, I get to watch, you know, a man make a difference in the community, all kinds of activities, very, very respected, very well received. And I got to go through my own mode of operations to understand the love that you were applying not only to me, but to the entire community, where everybody knows you. You walk in like the mayor everywhere you go. And I use your name all the time. Oh, you know my dad, right? Oh, that's Roscoe. Give me a break, you know. Give me a break. Yeah, I need to get through. You know, yeah. But what you doing over here? Don't you? Yeah, I'm on the wrong bus. I'm down in the manners and everything else. But God, we're going to talk about all that too. Man, Mr. Owens.
Yes, sir.
Roscoe Lee Owens, my daddy. In your own words, you know, your sentiments or whatever you like.
Before we get into this next part, I want to say, you know, how God has blessed us as a family to move from LA, where there was, you know, the Robs came, to have a property that was such a size that all of your friends was able to come over, play in the basketball court. You had, you know, develop a back house where you were able to be yourself and grow and understand who you are. But, you know, having that opportunity to know where you are and a lot of your friends where I got to meet and understand as they were growing up as well, and to still be in contact with that's nothing but a blessing. And so here we are now, still Dena Love.
Man, it's so much so, though you can have one side of the track, another side of the track. But man, if you meet up somewhere else, it's all bets is off. It's Dena Love. It's Dena Love, and that's the amazing thing about Pasadena. It's so different, so unique. You don't have to know each other. What is it, 6 degrees of separation? You know, it's like 1 degree, like 0.1 degree. It's like, wait a minute. Yeah, you know my brother. You went to school with, right? What school you go to? You know, John Muir Mustangs. You know what we do. You know how we handle, you know, the business like it should be handled over at John Muir. You know, with the love of what's going on at Pasadena High School. You know, that rivalry, that's real. We could meet each other somewhere, anywhere. What schools you go to? They go to Blair. All right. Marshall. Hey, okay, that's fine. they go to PHS. Man, I'm sorry. Wow. You know, I get my own platform, so I get to talk about what I want to. That's the thing about ownership. Hey, let's take a break there. I want to send a
Yes,
I was able to get out to Pasadena there. Stand by, Mr. Owen. We'll have you right back on. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was able to get out to Pasadena. You know, they've got you blocked going up Woodbury, so you can't even go up in the Altadena, you know, that part. Everything's blocked out. But I was able to get up there and really just see that people were coming from everywhere to lend a hand with the best intent. Water, toothbrush, clothes, hug, prayer, whatever it is. And that's the thing about Dena, you know, to all Deans, if you will. Man, in Pasadena, Altadena, we come together. We've known each other since kids. Our parents have known each other since kids. The doors are open, and I was able to just meet a young man that was out there doing some things, and this is a little walkthrough that I had to experience here. Stand by.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh man, just
that Raider beanie is gonna get you banned, bro.
Oh man,
the second Raider beanie person today.
We gotta give each other a chance, you know, nowadays, man. Come on, man, I'm out here helping the people. Yo, smash the Raiders. Thank you guys for all you're doing. I mean, I've got some blankets and stuff I'm trying to donate.
Really?
I know there's a lot of places around, so I'm from right here off of Ventura.
Oh, okay.
And Altadena, my old home didn't burn, but
praise God.
You from here?
No, I'm from Southeast LA.
Well, thanks for coming out and helping, man.
That's our nonprofit right here.
Oh man, tell us about it real quick.
We go where the need is. So my wife and I, we run a nonprofit. You can find us on Instagram at mission_echo. ECHO is the acronym for ex-Cholo helping others. I was cracked out for 24 years. I did 18 years up in prison. I got 15 years clean. Went back to school, armed myself with a bachelor's and a master's degree, and I started a nonprofit organization. We feed the homeless community in downtown LA. We serve about 2,500 plates a month. We don't get grants. We don't get funding. Everything runs off of raffles, donations. Again, you can find us on Instagram at mission_echo. And this is what we do. You know, next Sunday at 9 o'clock, we'll be feeding the homeless down there on the corner of 5th and Town in downtown LA. We'll be feeding about 400 people. We can use volunteers. We can use donations, water, styrofoam plates. We're cooking 100 pounds of chicken next Sunday at 9 a.m. So mission_echo. We're family operated. Giving back to God for everything that I took from this earth when I was running amok. And just grateful to be clean today.
Oh man,
grateful to be.
That's the kind of folks. See, that's the Dena right here, man. We come out, help people, changing lives, using your life to change other people's lives. That's what God will do right there, man.
I hope somebody heard that.
Been through some trenches myself, sir. But thank you. I'm gonna go see some friends up here. Thank you, Echo. Check them out right here. They got the truck. You know, they mobilized. Not even from here. This is what I'm saying. People are coming out to help from all over. You can even support. There's a Cash App. I mean, you know, they got it going where they can help at. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Yes. This is my city, man.
Look at that right there, man. All right. We're on here now. I've got Mr. Brian Backus. I've got Mr. Roscoe Lee Owens. And we here finna talk about this thing right here. Man, what you got on right there? Mr. Brian Backus, man. And I know you don't get up early like this, so
it's the only thing I got out the house with. It's the only thing I got out the house with.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got up this
and that shows you what I was doing the day before. So, yeah. Can you guys hear me or see? I look like I froze
yes.
up. Maybe
yes.
I froze up.
You will.
Good morning there, Brother Brian Backus. You know.
Is that Roscoe P. Owens?
Roscoe P. Coltrane, you know. Yeah, that's me, Roscoe.
Roscoe, you remember that time that I was up at Melody and my father used to play there?
Yes, I
And
loved
you
that.
almost blew the surprise because he had never seen my son.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes. Yes. And Melodies, which is gone right there on Washington. I remember it, you know. See, the Dean of Love is just so real that it's like that. And as you say, I know you and Key, you grew up together. There's so much community that is awesome. And I wanted to start where you left off there, Kijana, with the brother that was giving, because I was over here in Pomona with the African American Alliance Association, packed with goods to bring to Dina, because it was like, hey, we need to do something to Dina. So I hooked them up with the Pasadena Senior Center. And so I got my van loaded. They got 4 or 5 vans loaded. We come in there first thing in the morning today to drop that off and keep it going. But Brian, you know, if that's all you got, when you come out of there, I mean, so many of your brothers and sisters, oh man, it's like war. It affects people that understood what community is. For me, the news is just absorbed in my headset so deep. Anyway, it's so good to see you this morning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I come from a town. I mean, I used to go to your house all the time and whoop Kijana's butt in basketball. No, I'm just playing. That boy killed me. He had that big elephant head, and I think he was 6'1", but with that head, he was like 6'6". But we used to go and Kijana, I'm about to take you out of this corporate speak with that suit on and everything. You about to get raw right now. So we used to go up to Franklin, which is now burned down.
Yeah.
And they had the little 8-foot basketball hoops, right? And we'd be in there 5-slam a jammer on that bug, thinking we was tough stuff till we got to high school and saw that the real regulation was 10 feet plus. But the thing is, man,
get the monkey.
So
look,
many-
we get the monkey dunk. I'm talking about, you know.
and then you know we thought we was NBA going after we do it. Oh man, that was some good times.
Yes.
But you know, it's funny. My all my homeboys. So we just buried Michael Walters. It's another Pasadena native who's great in the community. He used to rehab houses, and his wife LaWanda. Please, you know, keep her in your prayers. She's a good woman. He left behind 3 beautiful girls and just all around good person, man. But I got some great memories with him. But, you know, when I walked out of the funeral, everybody's like, hey, man, where you going? Where you going? I said, what do you mean, where am I going? I got to go up to PCC and go live and let people know that they some donations. And he said, man, sorry, because I get emotional because all that has happened, the fire and everything. I lost everything. Andre Washington, Lester James, everybody gave me brand new shit. Excuse my French. Got shoes, clothes. People been reaching out to me. I went to the bowling alley last night, or was it last night? Monday night, I bowl on Mondays in Gardena. Everybody showed me love, gave me clothes. I mean, I felt like I got a whole new wardrobe, man. It's like, it ain't even about me. I was cool with what I had on. It wasn't even about that. I just had to get out in the trenches, man, because my dad. So what y'all don't know about my dad, and I hope y'all can understand what I'm saying, man. You know, I get emotional.
Do that.
But what people don't know is my father is blind. He can't see. And everything he taught me, people thought he could see when I talk about him. My dad was a computer programmer. The reason why I'm so smart today, taught me how to read when I was 2 years old. I'm skipping grades. We moved out here to California, and I was in the 4th grade when I skipped from the 2nd. So they wanted to put me back in the 3rd. My dad said, all you got to do is take this test. I said, well, Dad, why I got to take a test? I'm already smart. So they put me back in the third. I don't care. I was a smart ass anyway. So I'll get finished with my test and talk smack about the other. Like, why are you so dumb? Why you ain't finished yet? Like, what's wrong with California kids? You know, miraculously, I never got beat up. When we first moved here, we moved to 1975. We moved to the Manors, right? Well, you know, Manors was only 6 years old then, so but it was still considered projects in Pasadena. I met the Harmons, and I met the Elders, and between them two families, I never had to worry about getting in a fight. They always looked out for me. The Harmons took me on like I was the fourth Harmon, you know, fourth Harmon brother. They only got, let me say, fifth Harmon. I was the fifth Harmon. Then I moved to Altadena. I meet Kijana, I meet Rodney King. Me and Juan King today, still best friends. You know, I still look out for him. He still talks smack about, nigga, I used to take up for you, blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up, man. That was 40 years ago. Keep quiet. But, you know, always helping my brother out. He always did look at me. That was one thing. Remember, Kijana? Nobody messed with me and Muir because you had to deal with the Kings. You know what I'm saying? So I just been through it so much. I love this town and everybody in it, man. I'm an advocate for this town. You know, people be like, where you from? I'll be in Ohio or somewhere. Where you from? Man, I'm from the Altadena. They go, hey, man, ain't that in L.A.? I said, no, that ain't in L.A. That's baby L.A. That's where everybody left L.A. to come and make a better town. Now it's baby L.A. And you know it's popular when Dr. Dre was mentioning it in California. Love, Pasadena, where you at? You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, I thank you for bringing me on, man. I'm sorry I got a little emotional, man.
Oh, man.
Every time I think
this
of
is
it,
what
I'm
it's
just
all
telling.
about, bro. Look. You told me, well, look, development. You get to see the development too, growing up out there, the culture that we grew up in, the village, you know, that it's unlike any other place, I don't think, in the world as far as the enmeshed relationships and friendships. We met at, guess I was what, 10, 11. I think you were 13.
No,
12.
I think, when I moved, I was 13 when I moved to Altadena. Yeah. And they called me the mayor of Altadena after I worked for Miss Miller. Now, we're not going to discuss that. That was a long time ago.
That's another show.
But I was a menace.
In that era of time, you could meet and get your friendships and relationships and all real quick. Next day, you know, man, you're all the way across town on bicycles. You know, you got skateboards. You don't need much. Turn to
so Roscoe, just so you know, I'm gonna tell you a secret that Kijana didn't want you to know, but we always made a secret pact on Friday night that we was gonna leave about 5:45 in the morning, so we didn't have to do no chores. So that's why you didn't see him sometimes on them Saturday mornings when he needed you. When you needed him to work on that yard, we'd be gone. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I knew my mother so well that when she woke up in the morning, she played opera, I hopped out the window, got on my bike, was gone. But when she woke up and played Marvin Gaye, I actually woke up with her and helped clean up because the difference was she was mad if she played opera. When she played Marvin Gaye and we helped clean up, we went to State Corral afterwards. I learned her to a T. And I'm only like 13, you know.
Yes.
And so my brother and sister be like, how come you never hear when she don't take us to the restaurants? I said, mind your business and figure life out.
Yeah, because we had that big yard. I know my dad, as soon if he wakes up before me, it's work. I already know. And he wakes up early already. So right. I'm dark 30. I got to be dark 30 with a plan in action on Saturday. Off to have a yard day. It's to wash some cars. It's plenty to do. Because he would always say it's plenty to do. It's always something to do.
But Kijana, you know, the reason why your father was doing that, and I recognize it now, when you start playing sports, you had already had that rugged, rough hand, getting it down in the dirt, doing chores, you get a routine. So he was teaching us routine. He was teaching us, get up every day. Now look at you, grind. That's what you do now. And You know, it makes me proud is to see both of y'all together doing stuff, man. It's like, I watch your stuff all the time, bro. You know me. I'm a critiquer. I'm gonna come on and tell you, man, your volume too low. You know, your breath is stinking. It's fogging up the camera. You know, you didn't brush your teeth this morning.
You all wanted to get to the trenches on that. Yeah.
But you know, we collaborated. We didn't have some powwow conversations, and I'm proud of you, man. You came a long way. See, I had to jump. I had the cheat code. My father was a programmer back in '76. I had a laptop in the house at 1980. Nobody knew this because my father was straight out. You do not tell your friends what we got in this house.
Yeah.
You just don't. And that's Roscoe. You know, I ain't never been in your house, Roscoe. Want to know why? Because you said you don't let them niggas in my house.
Yeah. Hey, look at, I had so much backyard. It's like, hey, you got plenty of room. You do
Well,
what
we
you do.
had the back house.
Indeed.
We thought that was a clubhouse. We thought we was living large. It was the best.
Man, the
People
back
don't understand that growing up in Altadena, it was a community. We've known each other since 4th grade.
Yeah.
And I go to LA and they be like, hey man, what you about to do this week? Oh man, we got the turkey trot coming up, man. He said, what's that? I said, well, Pasadena High and John Muir High, 2 high schools, play in the Rose Bowl every year. It's a tradition been going on for 50, 60 years, right? They go, you still hang out with your high school friends? I said, who you hang out with? What, you got these 5-year-old friends? Oh man, my friends, 4 decades, 5 decades.
Yes.
I knew where they mama, look, put it this way. If I go over to Kijana's house and he ain't there, Daddy say, man, why don't you go check out the Davises or go over to Michael's house? You know where he at. And our social media was finding out where all the bikes was at one house. That was social media. You know, that was our internet. You know, you better know where all your people, friends live, all the family live, or you're going to get left behind. Because, you know, our thing was, we going to ride our bikes all the way out to the zoo. We like 12, 13. You know, and we wasn't scared. You know, but guess what we had to do always, no matter what, across the board, every Altadenian, you better be home by them street lights.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And we would be at Mir doing all that. My dad had the sassafras on Alberta and Lincoln. So I want to do anything besides go down Alberta. I don't want, you know, I got to go around because if I walk past, I got to get to work. Like, what's going on? You need something to do. Because here it is, a black man raising.
That's funny, man.
Well,
I don't know if y'all know this.
Is a job, and kudos to I get to see my dad is whatever I become from. We'll have a show about a long way back, you know, because I'm catching the wrong bus. I'm going down into the Manors. That's my day. I'm catching the bus going down into the Manors, right? So I'm connected all down here in the Dena and coming back in right around 12, 13. Oh man, so much stuff is going on, but I get to see a father though that could see you. You know, he can see it. It's all this. What you got all this on for? You know, what's this? The mama, oh, he's just like Red. You know, oh, he's just like, you know what I mean? But a dad that's on you to be able to say, hey, man, let's get you in. Even if you can't get straight in, you got a foundation up to have a reference to see a man raising a man. My father always on. But I was running from him. I'm not trying to get all that work, bro. That's why me and you was gone early. We gone.
Yeah, you know, I want to say the emotional part, man. Yeah. I've been so emotional for the last few years. And Kijana did this poem, you know, about a man crying, you know, we got to be strong, but, you know, we got to let it go. You know, the father said, let that water go. And I want to talk about your dad, because now you talk about his computer skills, but he was a master pianist. And that's when, you know, when he came up, I said, what? Oh, because oh man, you know, when you brought that up, it's like, this goes back because what I'm doing now with the JazzZone is exactly a legacy of my father, who was a jazz drummer, you know. And when it was time to take over, oh man, no, I still got it. I said, no, you don't have it. I got it. I got this, you know. And so, you know, since 1998, you know, but what I want to get to is what was happening with the African American Alliance Cultural Center in Pomona and other places. Just giving. You know, the more you give, the bigger the heart, the warmer you feel, and that's why, you know, in terms of the music, together with other musicians, come up with the Dina Love Jazz Jam that we're going to do at Perry's Joint. You know, it used to be at Perry's Joint doing some things some years ago. It was such a blessing to work with Perry. Man, he's such a mentoring young man and an entrepreneur that's extraordinary to be able to come, because that's my reference. It's just down the street from here. It's right there. I was just in Dena 3 days or 4 days before the fire, visiting I was at Mario Clark and Walt Butler, and then I find out what everything gone. Man, it just, you know, I'm 80. Is to break down the tears, like, ooh wee, you know. I let them flow because, you know, what they say, I ain't scared to cry. You know, so
I didn't expect to be crying this much in 2025. I mean,
yeah.
So basically, the house burned down, but we had to evacuate the night before, and I remember my roommate saying, "Why is everyone panicking?" And I said, "Because we might not have a place to come back to tomorrow." And John, I'm gonna send you some pictures and some video later of where we live. Everything around there. I lived across the street from Eddie and Michael Bird's mama house. Her house gone. Only thing left is the slide to the pool and the 2 gyms. There's nothing left but the tree and the pool at our house. Miraculously, 1 or 2 houses survived. But to come back, I came back through the trenches the next morning. I was disobeying the law. I needed to see for myself. So I put that footage up on my Facebook page, Key. And it was it was like
give us
Olympus
a couple
is
of minutes
burning.
of what you saw, because you've got the experience. I'm going to give you the floor, so just take your time, and then tomorrow
I drove up. I got off at Windsor. I turned left. They blocked off Windsor at Woodbury, so I had to turn right on Woodbury. People was like, it was, you know, first of all, when I got off the freeway, I was coming from Santa Clarita. It was a bright, sunny, shiny day. When I got off at Windsor, it was midnight at 9:30 in the morning. That's how bad it was. You know, that's how bad it was. And I was on the phone with one of my journalists from Minneapolis that covered the George Floyd thing, and I had to show you that one too. But I made a left on Casitas. Jackson, I think it's Jackson, was still there, but it wasn't looking good. Casitas wasn't burning that bad, but when I turned on Mountain View, I didn't turn left where I used to live. I turned right. That's when I started seeing the destruction. And when I turned left on Lincoln, a house across the street was burning. I ain't never been in anything like this. This is like driving through war zone when you're Ted Koppel or somebody from NBC Nightly News or something, you know, just trying to report on the war. I'm driving up Lincoln, and I get to Altadena Drive. Avison is on fire. Every house on every side was on fire. No power lines were burning. They were falling. No power in the neighborhood. We're not supposed to be there. Then I turn up Fair Oaks, and I see the Nelson's family home is gone, burned to a crisp. I tried to turn on my street, but I couldn't because the power lines are falling. And I'll shoot you that. I'll share that video with you so you can share it on your page. But it was devastation, man. And I got back on the freeway, and then my roommate called me, Courtney Bonificini, which was Courtney Hodell in high school, in case you guys are trying to figure out who she was. She cried for like 30 minutes, and I just let her. And I was strong, man. I'm like, go ahead, let it out, Courtney, let it out. I pulled over in La Crescenta, and I decided to go live to tell everybody what just happened. And I was only on for like 2 minutes, and I cried for like the last 45 minutes. And, I told people, everybody comes to me. They call me all kinds of things. My boy Christian, Sabrina's man, calls me the wizard. Brian Blackburn calls me the answer. Everybody else calls me the solutionist, because I always have everything. Every time you ask me something, I know it. If I don't know it, I'll tell you it in 5 minutes. I'm that type of researcher. And it was at that moment that I had to say that I just didn't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I lost everything. And the funny thing is, not only did my Pasadena people pour out love to me, but everybody else. Do you know, Kitana, that was the most viewed podcast, most viewed live I've ever done? Like 20,000 people looked at that. I wasn't trying to do it for the likes or the views.
I mean, we could feel it. We could feel you. Everybody was tuned in.
Well, nobody ever seen me cry, dude. And it took a devastation like me. I had to see it. I hadn't felt it yet. It was surreal. And she said, everything is gone. I'm like, I had to go see for myself. I had to. I cannot take your word for it. You know me, dude. I'm a fact checker. I will check your facts. That ain't true. That ain't right. No. I'm like my cousin Vinny. Oh, he's palming it. Nope, it's in his right hand. No, I'm not believing.
Because you see it on the news always somewhere else.
Well, when I seen it on the news, I was watching it all morning, and I couldn't believe that. I had to go. I had to go see for myself, dude. And I know I put myself in harm's way and could have died. But, I'm Style Click Media through and through. I had to let you know what was going on, and what was going on was not what I wanted y'all to see. And it hurt my heart.
Information across the scroller right there. You see Mr. Bacchus right there. He's got the Zelle. Tomorrow we're going to be getting out into the Denny right at Perry's joint, just to uplift some spirits, connect some dots, some resources. And I know you have some great
the messed up thing, Key, is today is my birthday.
And you said you was going to get on with me through this birthday.
And you the only podcast I was going to get on, because you woke my ass up at 5:45 talking about get on this
recorded now, you hear it? Come on. The only one. Yeah. I appreciate you, man. I know how busy you are. I know the impact that you want to make. So we use our platforms. We use what we have, to just get the word out. Here's something for tomorrow. We'll be right there at Perry's joint, right in the place to be. Just some good music, good vibes, good.
Yeah, I'll be there going live for a few.
Yeah, just come on through.
Want to help
Mike will
promote
be
it.
there. You can say, have a word to share or whatever. Yes, sir.
So definitely count me in, brother.
Count me in. We got you on. We know you're on, and we surely. If you will,
I see some comments on here. Thank you, Roxy, for the kind words. Karen, you are Karen. Okay, so I got one more thing to say. In the midst of all of this, my friend Karen is commented on here. We co-produced a documentary for Black Wall Street called The Greenwood Avenue Project. We've gotten some rave reviews for it. I'm putting together a event in Monrovia on February 27th and 28th. I'll give you more details. I wasn't prepared to talk to it. Thank you, Karen, for coming on so that I could actually be reminded of it. But we're going to premiere the movie, the documentary there for California. The tickets are going to be $15. I know I'm not trying to promote those, but I was already in the process of doing this before this happened. So if y'all could make me proud and help me sell this out, and basically it's a It's another one of them emotional. You know, we had it. It's just like this. It's like the perfect freaking time to show it. Because it's stuff like this. We just lost our whole town, right? Black Wall Street, Tulsa lost a whole town. It's like ironic that it's 100 years later and it's different. We don't have that. But the whole thing, oh yeah, I ain't sure, bro. But here's the thing. In February, I'll give you more information. But this took a lot for me to sit there and do because, you know, I don't like sorrow. I don't like sadness. But this story had to be told because, you know, there's 100 stories like this across the United States. And so what I've started to do is just focus on these documentaries and show that Black people were doing great things. And the reason why this has to be shown is because a lot of people don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about that there was a rich Black Beverly Hills type town that was run by all Black people, and white people used to come over there and buy stuff from them. You know, there's a whole lot of stuff that they just don't know. So I'm trying to develop a sponsorship package because we want to fly some of the descendants and a couple of the survivors that are still alive from 1920 that witnessed that to come out for the after the movie premiere director's chair question and answer session. So this is going to be a 2-day thing. I'm trying to get my friend Pam Smith, who is coordinating this out here. She's going to let me know this week once we lock it down and everything. So the whole thing is, I wasn't trying to promote this. It just happened to happen after the fire. But the whole thing is I'm trying to make it so that, you know, this is in the Smithsonian, this is in all the schools to the HBCUs, because we need to start finding out where we come from and who we are as a people. Because if we don't teach our people, I mean, I saw a thing on Tom Hanks 2 years ago where he found out about it, and he was like, "Why was I ever taught this in school?" I said, "Because they censor everything. They don't want to show you anything." So I mean, I don't know if you know this, Key, but I got nominated for an Emmy. My boy was, I've been doing fatherhood podcasts in Minnesota for a group called Evolution of Fatherhood. And I sit on the board of directors. Also with Citizen Father, I sit on the board of directors. And he's right in the heart of it. When the George Floyd thing happened, he was like, "Dude, I'm right here in the epicenter." I said, "Man, okay, so you know what we use, right, Key?" I sent him the link. He went down to the heart of it, and he got to the point where he was right there in the epicenter. So I said, "Man, do you know how many? We got a lot of views on that." And then I said, about 4 days later, I said, "You know, I know Rodney King personally, his whole family." I said, "I can bring his brother on and we can do a correlation of comparing what happened with Rodney King in 92 compared to what happened to George Floyd." And when Juan came on, man, you know how I'm emotional right now? I ain't never seen Juan cry. He couldn't hold it back, dude. He was just letting it go. And it was crazy, dude. We got 15,000 views to get nominated for an Emmy, bro. I didn't even know they had Emmys for podcasts. I learned then. It was incredible, dude. And I'm doing like you. I'm not on the show. The show ain't about me, but I'm the producer in the background. I'm the engineer. I'm running the whole thing. So all the stuff you're doing right now with the different transitions, I'm gonna shoot you that link too, dude. You gotta see this. It's the craziest thing you ever will watch. But it was emotional all the way through, man. And I'm just proud to be alive today at 58 years old today. I don't do parties, but on the 5, so I ain't gonna celebrate till 60. But you know me, all my parties you just come. I pay for everything. So
happy birthday, bro.
That's it in a nutshell, bro. I didn't mean to take over. I didn't mean to take over your platform and put my shameless plug. But
no, this platform was created so that you could share what you're sharing. That was important. You've been in the trenches. I could only get to Woodbury. I went to see myself. Couldn't believe it. I went to, use my strong back. No suit, right? No suit. I was just out there, some hard toe boots, willing to lend a hand. And I saw so many people lending a hand, and people are asking themselves, bring Mr. Roscoe Leon's here. People are asking themselves, what can he do? How can I help? And you get paralyzed. Like, man, I don't know. I got to perform for my family still. Okay, I got to still be responsible here. Nothing I could do there. How could I use what you have? This is what my dad always told me. We got to get out. This is what he gave me. That's been the predominant thing that everybody sees today. Use what you have to achieve what you desire. And you have to just look around, and that's internal. What do I have? I got a strong back. What do I have? I got a platform. What do I have? I have some money. What do I have? I have a truck. What do you have? That's all you can do. And that's all right. And
well, my thing is, man, I'm taking a day off today from all the sorrow and the activist activities. When I went live yesterday, everybody said, you look tired, go to sleep. Just let everybody know I did go to sleep, but these bags going to be under my eyes for this whole year.
Well,
I got a lot of things to do. I got a GoFundMe. I can't remember what it is yet, but you can go to my page, or you can just go to GoFundMe and search my name and you'll find it. My GoFundMe is not for me. My Zelle is, if you want to send me a birthday lunch or a drink today, send it to my Zelle. That's why I only put that right there. But my GoFundMe is to help me help everybody else. There's people out there displaced, that's disabled. So we're trying to rent some vans and try helping people transport, get places. It was making me sad to see a guy come up to the donation center in a wheelchair, and he needed a couple cases of water, but in a wheelchair, so he could only get one. He wanted to take some clothes, but if he piled it high, he couldn't get nowhere, man. It was hurt my heart to see this shit. Sorry if I curse every now and then, man, but I'm feeling this right now, so I ain't really caring about how I'm giving it to you. But he was. It hurt me, man. People got crutches. How you supposed to carry some water, and you need it, and you can't take it, man? And nobody around there was paying attention to that. They just like, nobody paid attention. I mean, I love the volunteers and everything, but man, cognizance is a thing that not a lot of people have. Be cognizant of your surroundings.
Yes.
Keep your head on the swivel, but not in a bad way that you try to look out for yourself. But look for this man, look for this woman. Little kids don't have shoes, they ran out the house. The only thing they have on their feet, man, hurts me. That's what hurts me. Is that I can't. That's why I gotta people keep telling me to stop. Take a nap. No, I can't take a nap when I know this little kid ain't got no shoes. I can't take a nap. I'm not doing this for the sensationalism. I ain't going live, to tell you the truth. But the only reason why I do it is to let you know where it is and that you know it's a legit thing, because everybody tells you where to go, but nobody shows you what it is when they get there. And that's what irks me. Everybody's preparing. I'm not going to name no names. In fact, I ain't even going to bring this up, but I was dealing with a couple of people who are Mr. Sensationalisms that get down there. We're here trying to help the community. We're just out here trying to see what we can do for the Altadena folks. I grew up here. Man, get out of here. I don't do that corporate speak. You know me, John, I'm wrong. That's why when I told you when I came on here, you're going to take that vest off and loosen that tie and let's get busy with it. I'm in the trenches, baby.
Man. You're stuck on the ground.
And you, I know you present yourself and you got the gold membership and you're in the travel thing and everything, but you're my own boy and we come from the trenches, dude. And when I see you out, I'm glad to see you got on a regular T-shirts and jeans, because if I see you in that suit up at Victory Park or something, I'm going to be like, man, take that shit. Get down to dirt. Do what your followers do when you're trying to run away on Saturday mornings.
That's how you know. We got to get another episode. I'm glad to see you smiling.
Well, man,
put this together so quickly, bro. You got
and Roscoe, I'm trying to get my father to come back out here to I'm gonna let you know when it's gonna happen. I'm going to a family reunion in June, so he's gonna be playing. I'm gonna go live so everybody can check it out.
Good.
Because
Pops is tomorrow. Get your ass of it. We're gonna be there. You can get some resources. Brian's got all kinds of resources available for you to get out there. It's just come on out.
I'm gonna come out, but I don't need nothing, man.
I know you don't. But people need resources, so that's what
I'm saying. That's why I'm gonna be there to make sure that people know. Send me this flyer so I can go ahead and make a little advertising video about it.
I got it to you. I'll send it to you just shortly. But let's get on out there if you can. Come on out, man. We're gonna have some live music.
Let me just say this, because it's not just live music. What it says in there, this event is stress relieving jam session, because everybody's stressed out. But it's like the music is it's just how do we bring the stress down? Because everybody, it's like, ooh. So I said, Perry's joint. Perry's such a great guy. Man, I had to do this. I need to do this stress relieving jazz jam session. A lot of musicians lost everything, the equipment and this, that, and the other. So there's a lot of that going on. But I also want to say that we're going to come right back in Dena to the Senior Center, the Pasadena Senior Center on the 19th to do another thing. And it was about Martin Luther King, but really it's about his mission of coming together. So that's what we're doing there. So Dena is just all in the process. Brian, I watched Kijana call me and I watched your video as you were rolling through the Dena driving. I said, wow. And, just fortunate to drop tears as you was rolling down the street and people driving a little strange to that. You said, look, get out the way, this, that, and the other. But it's such a blessing to see you and your brother on this morning. And so I'm just, as usual, thankful.
Well, just so y'all know, don't get it twisted. Today is Martin Luther King's birthday, not the third Monday of the month.
You know how
but here's the thing, what y'all don't realize is that Stevie Wonder was the advocate for getting his birthday to be a holiday back in 83, 82. We was young bucks. We singing happy birthday to you, but you didn't realize that song was the catalyst to making this happen. So I didn't get to see Martin Luther King. He died. He got assassinated when I was a year and 4 months old. I learned about everything I could about him, because we share a birthday.
Yeah.
And I had to. And then I'll be clowning like some of these older persons. I say, well, my birthday's on January 15th. And they go, okay, so what's significant about that? I said, you don't know your history. You black, you don't know what January 15th stands for? And then I let them go look it up. I don't even tell them.
Just like what you're doing with Wall Street. But actually, I'm
gonna have to have you gentlemen back. See, we're finna get deep into the.
He got about 45 seconds, Roscoe. He got 45 seconds.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate both of you. Kijana, appreciate the opportunity to be on your show, and you just keep on grinding. And Brian, it's a blessing to see you again. Tell your dad, there it is right there. Just tell him. Please.
I'm gonna send him the link to the podcast so he can listen to
it. There you go.
I love your brothers, man. Thank you for taking the time, Brian. I know what it meant, and you made it.
It's all great, baby. Now, y'all send me some money so I can get drunk today. I got to forget about what happened. Sorry.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me see. You said some money. Hold on. Hey, we're gonna get out of here. That was amazing. My brother from another mother from way back. My daddy, the DNA of my grind to have that amazing opportunity to bring on. You see the passion, the will, the smiles, the tears. I mean, it's a lot of people going through a lot of things. So use what you have to achieve what you desire. If you desire to make an impact to help, use what you have. Bring a broom, bring a strong back. I don't know. You see, there's people that need water that can't even carry water. There's nothing that's not needed. That's all we're saying. We see you out there. See you on the other side of the grind. Have an amazing day on purpose. Dina Love, Dina Love, Dina Love.